Some of the smartest home design ideas are not new. Folks, we're not reinventing the wheel here. Most of the homes built in 1950s, 1970s, even 100 years ago, had these home features in their homes, and I have no idea why we forgot about them. I have no idea why builders weren't putting these into their homes. We're starting to see some of the luxury market homes actually put these features in their home. So if you have these home features, don't get rid of them. And if you're doing some remodeling or repurposing of rooms or just doing some upgrades, these are features that I would highly suggest you consider. I love them all. The first one isn't very glamorous, but it's very practical, and it's broom closets. Folks, why do we not put broom closets in our homes? Oh my goodness. I mean, I have all my brooms and my mops, because all I do is clean all day, in my garage. And then I have my Dyson vacuum hanging on the wall in my laundry room. And it just sits there, it looks ugly. And then we bump it all the time. And then it's like, you can see all the lint. It's like gross. Why do we not have a broom closet where we put these ugly things in our closet? If you have a broom closet, you're so lucky. And if you're thinking about adding a broom closet, I say go for it. It's a great feature on any home. The second one is Dutch doors. I love Dutch doors. I love them so much. Now, I have a whole bunch of properties on the market right now. I couldn't tell you what any one of those doors are, except the one that has that Dutch door for their front entry. It's a gorgeous home. I love it. It has more of a custom feel. It's memorable. It's charming, but it also adds a purpose. So you can keep the bottom half shut. You can open up the top, get some breeze going. It keeps the dogs or the kids, out from the front yard. I love Dutch doors. If I ever replace my front door, it will be with a Dutch door. Memorable, charming, classic. I'm in love. I was thinking about it. It's really funny about the Dutch door where I live is that I just don't see it very often. I live in Orange County, California. And if you're looking for a really good agent, I'm really good at my job. You can contact me right here, but I just don't see it. So if you're thinking about changing out your front door, definitely consider it. It won't be like everybody else has it. And now the next question, because you're all going to ask, is should we paint it a really cool color? I would love to paint my front door like a really snazzy color. I can't because of my association. I'm going to try to talk them into it. But I say if you do a Dutch door, it has to be some type of color. I love it. I think it's just stunning. The third one is hull trees or built-in drop zones. I'm all for this. I'm seeing this come up in a lot of new builds. I think it's a practical way to live, and I think it keeps everybody organized. And I know a lot of you aren't organized because I'm showing your homes, and I open that front door and I'm fighting with the shoes that are jamming the door and the backpacks and the jackets that are on the floor. So we're seeing these big, elaborate entrances are kind of going a little bit away, and we're really focusing on how we want to live in the home, especially for families or families that have grandchildren or people that entertain quite a bit. This is a great idea, and I'm starting to see a lot of that start to come up in some of our new luxury homes. Now, back in the day, like the work folk would always have their station before they would enter or exit the home. That was a really good idea. Like, why did we ever get rid of that? If you have it, you're lucky. If you don't have it, you might want to consider installing in your home. I love it. Number 4 is dedicated charging station. I know a lot of you are like, well, that wasn't something we did back in the day. No, but we had those kitchen nooks where we had the telephone station. And I know growing up in high school, we had this like telephone and we had this little area where we could like write notes and we had the address book. Yeah, we don't put those in our homes anymore, but we should. There should be a dedicated charging station in the kitchen or in an office where it's like a cabinet or a storage space where we can charge our iPad or our cell phones, because nothing makes a kitchen or any room for that matter just messy and busy and overdone when you have cords everywhere. So I love these charging stations. It just looks so sleek and so peaceful, and we don't have cords everywhere. It's a good idea if you're thinking about adding some electrical work to your home. Okay, number 5 is the laundry chute. I know, hold on, you guys are all gonna tell me, Audra, it's unsafe. Kids go down there and they die. And all I'm gonna tell you is there's a safe way and an unsafe way of doing everything. But a lot of us don't have our laundry rooms on the floor that we're living. So I have my primary bedroom on the second floor, my laundry room's downstairs. Why people design that is just crazy to me. Why do we do that? I know a lot of you smarty pants are going to say, well, if you put your laundry room on the second level and you have a water leak, then that washer dryer can, flood everything and then you could go through the ceiling. I'm like, yeah, that's true, but so can your bathtub. Why do we have the laundry room on the main level? It drives me crazy. I hate it. But since my laundry room is on the main level, I would love to have a laundry chute. I mean, it makes so much sense. Okay, I have a favor to ask. Please subscribe to my channel. I want to guilt you a little bit. It's 11:44 p.m. on Friday night, and I'm doing this video just for you. I actually have a lot of fun doing these, but I also want all viewers watching to download our resource kit. So it goes over, paint colors, how high you should hang your chandelier, home inspection checklist, home staging checklist. This is really good. Questions that you should ask your agent, things that you need to disclose. Yeah, this is really good. I'm telling you. Yeah, what kind of paint schemes you should use. So download this down below. We have a downsizing guide as well. I'm really here just to help you feel confident when you go to buy or sell a home. Oh, and by the way, if you are looking for a real estate agent, whether you're buying or selling a home, we do have a referral network and we'd be happy to connect you with some agents in your area. It's a complimentary service. I just want you really well represented. All right, let's get back into it. Number 6 is my favorite, and that is sleeping porches or covered screened-in porches. So if you have an older home, more than likely you have this, and it's a brilliant idea. I love it. You're out there in the nature, you're enjoying fresh air. When I was a kid, I'd always visit my grandparents and we would sleep out on these porches. I mean, literally we did, and we got the nature and we were one with the world. And then we got the mosquitoes and lots of ox spray later. Those were good memories though. It was fun to be outside, sleeping outside. And when we'd have entertainment or friends that came over, we'd always go out on the porch and have dinner out there. It was a great area. Now where I'm from is Southern California. We don't really see screened in porches. I'm curious, do you guys have screened in porches? I think it's a great idea. We have this thing called the California room where it's a covered space, but there's no screened in porch and you would never want to go bring a bed out there and sleep. You just wouldn't. They're pretty and I like them, but I really miss my screen porch. I think it's a great idea. And believe it or not, I'm seeing a lot of that come back. I mean, fresh air. Who doesn't want fresh air? So the other one that's sort of like those screened-in porches, but not really, is the sunroom or the morning room. So you'd have these big glass enclosures where you'd sit and just enjoy the sun, and you had your breakfast, and it was a way of waking up. I love this idea too. Both are great ideas. We're starting to see a lot more come into some of our newer builds. So I'm all for it. I love it. If you have it, you're lucky. Number 7 is the milk door. A lot of you are like, why would I put a milk door? It's really more of the modern package delivery door. So back in the day, let's go down memory lane, the milkman used to deliver milk and they'd open up this cabinet near the front door, stick the milk in, would keep it cool and out of sight's way. And so when I'm driving around my neighborhood, like I always see all these Amazon packages and they're all stacked up, yelling out to some of the bad guys, hey, steal me, steal me. Like I think it would be a really good idea if we had like a package delivery shed where we can just go stick our boxes in there, right? And so they're out of the harm's way and no one sees it and it's not drawing attention like, hey, no one's home here because they're not taking their packages out. So we're starting to see a lot more of that too. I think it's a great idea. And if you have a milk door, maybe use it for a package delivery door now. I really like this. Number 8 is laundry room folding counters. We don't have any counters to fold our clothes. Like my laundry room is really small. I know I've had a really rough laundry room experience this week, but it's a pain. You have to grab the clothes upstairs, put them on the bed, and my dog jumps up and likes to play with it all. It's just a pain in the neck. I know it's gross too. But anyway, my point though is back in the day, like the laundry room was sizable. Okay. We'd have these big counters where we could put the clothes on them and then categorize them. So I wish I had those in my laundry room, and we're starting to see people really figure this out finally. And we're building those larger laundry rooms with the laundry counters where we can actually fold our clothes downstairs since we're already there. And we got to go back upstairs. It's a great idea. And if you have a large laundry room, I'm just saying, I am really jealous. Number 9 is window seats. Folks, where are our window seats? They're so charming and so cute and it's so romantic. Like I always picture myself sitting on a window seat with a bay window, reading some novel. I love these, and it adds a little bit of charm, adds a little depth to the room, no matter what room it is. So I'm all in for these window seats. I love them. We're starting to see a lot more of them, and I bet some of you have them. Don't get rid of them. I think it adds so much charm, so much character. I love them. Number 10 is appliance garages in the kitchens. This is brilliant. I have an older investment property. My tenants just left, and I haven't been there in a while. I'm doing some, fixer-upper things, and I'm in the kitchen. And I'm like, oh, I forgot about this appliance garage. And you just roll it up. It's so cute. It's perfect. You put your toaster in there, your air fryer in there, your coffee, station, whatever it may be. And then you just do the rolling downer things and it all goes away. I mean, this is brilliant. Why did we ever get rid of this? Folks, let's hide the ugly things. We don't want them sitting on our countertops. So if you have an appliance garage, you are lucky. And my next tenants are super lucky because they have an appliance garage. I want to put one in my kitchen. I think they're so dang cute. Okay, the bonus one, because I just remembered, and that is I was at a client's house and they were going through the features and benefits of the house. And we get to the family room. This is kind of this cabinet looking thing. It was really sleek, nice looking. It kind of like tugs on it and out comes this ironing board. And I'm like, wow, that's so cool. I haven't seen one of those in a long time. And I know a lot of you just buy clothes that you don't need to iron, or some of you just take your clothes to the dry cleaners because you don't have time. But a lot of us do iron, right? And so I thought that was brilliant. You have this, really sleek looking ironing board. Everyone had them back in the day. But what I found really interesting is she told me, well, Audra, this just isn't an ironing board. A lot of people don't realize that we use this as a gift wrapping, station. So we pull out the ironing board and it's Christmas and we're watching TV and, I'm sitting here wrapping gifts on this ironing board. It's a great area to use as a gift wrap station. And I thought, well, that's brilliant because I always go out in my garage and then everything's a mess and everything's falling out. And then I bring it in the house. It's just such a mess, right? So I thought that was a really cool idea. So some of you already have this feature in your house. Maybe you never even thought of using it as a gift wrapping station, but I thought that was really brilliant too. All right, thanks so much for watching this video. Let me know if you have some old-fashioned, dated features of your home that are no longer in style, but you love. I would love to hear what you have in your home. So please share with everybody. I thought this was a great list. I love every single one of them. All right, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next week.